We're following two developing stories in Kentucky today. 3 people are dead and 3 others, including a state trooper, are injured after a shooting outside a church in Lexington. And in Louisville, thousands of people were ushered out of the Expo Center during the Run for the Roses Classic today after false active aggressor reports. Thanks for joining us on the night team. In Fayette County, 6 people were shot by a suspect who was then shot and killed by Lexington police officers after a standoff. But we want to start here in Louisville, where tens of thousands of people were ushered out of the Expo Center following false reports of an active aggressor. And that is the sound of the alarm inside of the Kentucky Expo Center today. As you can see, lots of people, tens of thousands of people were inside for the Run for the Roses Classic today, being ushered out of the Expo Center. And that was earlier today after report active aggressor. According to LMPD, those reports were false. Officers say no victims were found and no shots were fired at the Kentucky Expo Center. LMPD mentioned the devastating shooting in Lexington that happened today, saying it may have put more people on edge.
LMPD understands that people are on higher alert after the incident this week or today, and left in with the officer and the trooper in the church. We understand you're on high alert about that.
Police had initially reported they were working on an incident involving a possible active aggressor at the Kentucky Expo Center around 3:30 this afternoon. And at that time, thousands of people were at the Kentucky Expo Center where the Run for the Roses Classic was taking place. Officials with the Expo Center say the tournament finished for the day following the incident, but at 6 this evening, they opened everything back up only to let people get their things. We spoke to a tournament official who was at the basketball tournaments when the chaos broke out.
So for their experience and for this to be ruined while what's ever going on inside is just, I mean, it sucks for them, but it's also like, I can just imagine how scared they are and not knowing what's going on. It's been recruiting for 5 years. This is the first time I've ever been evacuated from any event. It's also one of the first events I've ever been to where there isn't like metal detectors. So that was a little different. I've never been to a recruiting event and there's not like some type of security when you walk into the event.
Tournaments resume tomorrow, and officials say security at the Expo Center has changed. They will be using handheld metal detector wands at all entrances, and bag checks will also be done. LMPD says there were a few people who got minor injuries while leaving the Kentucky Expo Center. They're also investigating how this incident occurred and if any charges are warranted. Kentucky Venue's president and CEO David S. Beck shared in a statement saying, quote, "Our priority remains the safety and well-being of our guests, staff, and partners. We appreciate your patience and support as we continue working with law enforcement."